Hi, my name's Summer. It's a really beautiful day. It's summer. I'm in nature. I have an incense going. I have my crystals out. I want to just talk about my existential dread and anxiety, and maybe this will help people who are going through the same thing. It all started about, a year and a half ago when I was learning a lot about spirituality, researching a lot, and I stopped about 2 months into getting really into it because I learned all about the concept of the ego, and the idea of losing my ego really scared me. So for about a year and a half, I really wasn't spiritual or anything at all until this winter. I started experiencing a lot of panic attacks about death, and it led into this kind of dread that completely took over my life. All I could think about was death and how we were all going to die, how nothing was permanent. I felt like I was falling out of some kind of simulation, and I couldn't relate to anyone at all because I felt like no one else was realizing that we are all going to die. I was completely terrified. All I could think about was the end, and I just really feared losing myself and my sanity and my ego. I was in a very bad state for a month. I had to start going to counseling, a lot of other stuff. I mean, I still go to counseling, but it's when it all started going really bad. I was always having panic attacks, and I really couldn't do anything. I couldn't really leave my house because the only thing I could really think about was death and how everyone around me is going to die, and it completely took over my life. And thinking about any grand scheme of things just terrified me. If I started thinking about concepts that once interested me, I would just be terrified of them. So, yeah. I had to deal with it because even though I felt completely hopeless, I didn't think I was ever going to get over it. I did. I mean, I'm doing a lot better now. The first thing I did was I had to give in to the fear completely. I had to just surrender to it. I would lay in bed really late at night, and just because I could really never sleep, and I would just say, okay, death, let me feel it. And I would just think about it and ponder it forever, and it would hurt worse than anything in the entire world, but facing my fear head on helped me accept that it was real and helped me grow out of it. I spent hours and hours reading up on new philosophies about death. I learned a lot about existential philosophy and spiritual philosophy, and that seemed to help. Going on Reddit helped a lot because I found a lot of people who experienced the same kind of crippling fear of death and the unknown as me, and that really helped, knowing that I wasn't alone. Also, the spiritual side of things helped me because it sounded like I was having the dark night of soul or whatever in a spiritual awakening, which could be true, but I mean, not everyone believes in that. The second thing I did was I realized that I had to start giving my life a new meaning because I pretty much had no meaning. I had nothing to me. I was really just going through the motions of life every day, scared. So instead, I started listening to a lot of music, started reading, I started creating art. All my conversations now have to be really meaningful. I'm always looking for meaning, and I think that helps a lot to involve yourself in meaning, because then it helps you maybe not focus so much on death, and you focus more on just creating something for your life, and you focus on living. I also got really into veganism, started practicing yoga, and I started practicing meditation, which of course helped so much. Meditation probably saved me. I mean, I had to, because I really wasn't doing too well. Okay guys, sorry my phone died, but I left off at meditation, and now I'm on to my last tip, and that is just to love as much as you can, because you're gonna realize that nothing is permanent, and you're just gonna want to experience it all. You're just gonna want to love everything and just embrace every moment. That's all you can do. You can do that through meditation. You can do that just finding the things that you love and doing them and spreading love to everyone you know. You may think that if you're in the midst of an existential crisis, you probably think that things are never going to get better. But for me, like, life is bliss now. I just learned that death is all a part of it, and I'm learning how to live with life and death. And that's something that I never thought was going to happen, because I was scared shitless of death, the entire concept. But now I'm just learning how to live life, and you can definitely do it too. You can learn to re-emerge from this place that you're at. If you're at the very bottom, you're gonna come out stronger and better than you can ever imagine. I'm experiencing life in a completely new way, with a completely new mindset, and I'm embracing every single minute, because I realize that it's not gonna last forever. But that realization made life so much better, and it's something that scared me, but here I am. Honestly, in the end, you just have to remember that it will get better. This time will pass, and you know, yes, it is incredibly painful to have all of these very deep realizations about life, but they're also very important realizations that are probably going to change you for the better. So just try to keep that in mind. Find help online, go to counseling, do what makes you happy, do what makes you feel better, and take a lot of time for yourself. It will get better. Life is beautiful, but I had to go through the absolute darkest time of my entire life in order to get here. So you can do it. I hope this video helped. If you're going through something like that, or maybe you can just relate to some of the things I was saying. Regardless, thank you for watching. Just learn to embrace your inner child again. You know, meet new people who you can talk to about what you're experiencing, and just try to be present through it. And I hope the best for you. Peace out. And honestly, if all else fails, just go into nature, because it's absolutely amazing. Look at all that.